In the forest of Everlight, where the trees hummed with ancient magic, Silva the fairy spent her days weaving light into flowers and whispering secrets to the wind. One fateful evening, as the moon bathed the woods in silver light, Silva noticed a figure wandering through the glen, a man, tall and human, yet untouched by time. His dark hair had a soft sheen under the moonlight, and his piercing eyes seemed to carry centuries of sorrow. Silva, always wary of humans, hid among the leaves, watching him as he murmured to himself. 200 years, he whispered, his voice heavy with despair. Still waiting, still searching, curiosity outweighed her caution. Silva flitted closer, her wings shimmering faintly. 200 years, searching for what? The man spun around, startled. Who's there? Silva revealed herself, her delicate glow cutting through the darkness. I'm Silva, and you're unusual for a human. He hesitated before answering. My name is Elias. I'm cursed. I haven't aged a day since I was 25. Until I find my true love, I'm bound to live like this, forever. Silva tilted her head. That sounds like a blessing, not a curse. Elias's laugh was bitter. It's a lonely existence. I've watched everyone I've ever cared for grow old and pass on while I remain unchanged. Drawn to the sadness in his voice, Silva offered to help him find answers. Over the weeks, they spent more time together, searching through forgotten ruins and ancient scrolls for clues to break the curse. Despite herself, Silva felt her heart softening toward Elias. One evening, after a fruitless search, they sat by a tranquil lake, the stars reflected on its surface. Elias turned to her. I've searched for centuries, but I've never met anyone like you. Being with you, it makes me feel alive again. Silva's heart fluttered, but before she could reply, a sharp gust of wind tore through the forest, and a shadowy figure appeared, a hooded woman with eyes that glowed like embers. So, you've found another, the figure hissed, her voice echoing like 1,000 whispers. Who is she? Silva asked, standing protectively in front of Elias. The sorceress who cursed me, Elias replied, his voice trembling. The sorceress smirked. You've come close before, Elias, but I've always ensured your love slips away. And I'll do it again. With a flick of her hand, she vanished into the night, leaving a trail of chilling laughter. The next morning, Silva and Elias woke to a horrifying discovery. Elias's reflection in the lake was fading. She's accelerating the curse, Silva said, her voice tight with worry. If we don't break it soon, you'll disappear entirely. Desperate for answers, they sought the Oracle of Everlight, a being of immense wisdom who lived in the heart of the forest. The Oracle, a towering figure of light and shadow, listened to their plight and spoke in riddles. To sever the curse, two hearts must bind. But beware, for time's thread is fragile, and the cost may be high. Silva and Elias shared a glance, their unspoken feelings simmering beneath the surface. What does it mean? Elias asked. It means, Silva said softly, that we have to admit what's in our hearts. Elias hesitated, fear flickering in his eyes. What if we're wrong? What if the curse destroys us both? But Silva stepped closer, her wings glowing with determination. I'd rather fight for us than live with regret. Their lips met in a kiss that sent ripples of magic through the air. For a moment, it felt like the world held its breath. But before they could rejoice, Elias collapsed, clutching his chest as the magic began to unravel the curse. Silva knelt beside him, tears streaming down her face. What's happening? The oracle appeared, its voice somber. The curse is breaking, but his mortal life is returning. He will fade unless anchored by something stronger. Stronger, Silva whispered. Life, the oracle replied. A new life. At that moment, Silva realized she was carrying Elias's child, a child created from their love. The magic of their bond surged through her, stabilizing Elias's body. He gasped, his eyes opening to meet hers. You saved me, he murmured, his hand resting on hers. Months later, their child was born, a radiant being with Silva's wings and Elias's steadfast heart. The sorceress returned one last time, enraged by their victory, but the child's presence created a barrier of pure love, forcing her to flee. Elias, now mortal and free of his curse, built a home with Silva in the forest of Everlight. Together, they raised their child, a living testament to the power of love and the courage to defy fate.